Hello again, this is Sky Sports News. These are our top stories.
Sven-Göran Eriksson says he's been unaffected by continuous speculation linking him with the Chelsea job.
Steven Gerrard will captain England for the first time in Sweden.
Duncan Ferguson has pleaded guilty to 2 FA charges.
And Hearts fans have protested at plans to leave Tynecastle to play their SPL football at Murrayfield.
More now from Sven-Göran Eriksson in Gothenburg. The England head coach has revealed his conversations with club managers before naming his squad to face Sweden.
Well, it's not a secret that we play an awful amount of games in England. And I heard yesterday evening that Arsenal shall play Saturday against Manchester United, Tuesday against Chelsea, Friday against Liverpool, and Sunday against Newcastle. And if you say that that's fair, or I will not defend Arsenal, not at all. But if that's a football program, then I don't understand it, because you can't play 4 games in 9 days. That's crazy. I made deal with them, yes. Deal. Arsenal, I knew that 2 of the players couldn't come, so I told Alex Ferguson and Ranieri and Bobby Robson that they had the chance to do the same thing. And if you see Chelsea players, it was up to Ranieri to choose which player he wanted to rest, and he said Lampard and Wayne Bridge. So that's okay. I phoned those 2 up and told them the reason why they're not picked. And I'm not doing, well, I do it, I try to be fair against them, because they are in Europe and they are in the FA Cup. But I'm not doing it because I desperately want them to win. I do it because if Lampard, he's tired, he played all the games, if he can rest this Wednesday, I think we can benefit from that in June and July, hopefully.
Eriksson's expected to give Alan Smith a start in Gothenburg. The lead striker is confident of making the squad for Euro 2004 and sees the international as a welcome break from Leeds United's relegation battle.
Hopefully it'll be a lot easier than playing for my club has been recently. You're playing with better players who will probably make it easier and get more opportunities in games back at my club.
How do you see your chances of going to Euro 2004 as things stand at the moment, Alan?
I think I've got a good chance. I think with games we've got coming up, I've probably got as big as incentive as anybody else. We've got 8 games left for my club to try and keep us in Premiership, and 8 big games to try and press for a place in Euro 2004, so it's going to be a big couple of months for me.
As always, will England play abroad? Tight security measures are in place in Gothenburg, where Sweden hope 100 years of international football is celebrated trouble-free.
100 years on, and the Swedes are putting the finishing touches to their centenary celebrations. Spring has sprung in Gothenburg, everything's in place, and England are Sweden's invited guests, albeit with an under-strength team. The match itself may have little bearing on England's chances at Euro 2004, but for the England fans it's another test. Around 3,000 will be here, and it's their final away day before the meeting with France in Lisbon on June the 13th. Some fans have arrived early. Around 2,800 will be here with the official England fans group. 500 more are expected without tickets. But those that have come have been subjected to stringent checks at the ports and airports.
It's getting tighter all the time, and they were telling us at the airport that they were clamping right down for Portugal, and they were going to be harsher in the summer on people trying to get through.
It was quite monotonous today. There's about 4 checks with the passports and everything at the airport, but if it stops the trouble, then I guess it's for the best.
Gothenburg's central police station lies across the street from the stadium, and security will be tight.
We have been working very closely with the British police, and we have a very good cooperation, and we have received the information that we have been asking for.
The current list of 2,087 banning orders on England fans is proving an effective barrier. The Swedes will hope that nothing, not even a long overdue English victory against them, will spoil their party. Chris Scudder, Sky Sports, Gothenburg.
Brian Hughes has been offered a new 3-year contract by Birmingham City. Hughes, who scored twice at the weekend, is delighted to be offered a new deal and says he has no thoughts of going anywhere else.
On reflection, Brian Hughes never imagined he'd spend 7 years at Birmingham City when he first signed in '97. But now the midfielder is about to put pen to paper on a new 3-year deal.
The club have offered me a 3-year deal. We're close. It's in the hands of the agents now. Everything's fine on that front. We just need to put pen to paper now. But as you know, in football, you can't take anything for granted.
But presumably, you wouldn't want to go anywhere else right now in your career.
Oh no, well, I've never expressed an interest to leave this club. I've been here 7 years. If it's sign another 3-year deal, that'll take me to 10 years, which is a massive thing for a player, and I'm no different.
3 really could have been the magic number for Hughes, what with a new deal and a near hat-trick on Saturday against Leeds United, scuppered by manager Steve Bruce and in form Mikel Forsell.
I've played the ball into Clinton Morrison and he's been fouled. I've just carried my run on and the ball seemed to just bounce right back to me, so as soon as I seen it, I picked it up, ran straight to the spot, put it down. I can hear a few noises coming from my left shoulder, which I went looking round at. But Forsell was obviously, could see the manager was screaming, saying he's got to take it. But I was trying to stay focused because I wanted to take it myself, so obviously get my hat-trick. But the manager's done the right thing. He was the penalty taker for the day. 3-1. You never know what's going to happen after that if I miss, which I was confident I wouldn't miss. But all in all, I think we made the right decision.
So a new deal for Hughes, who can, after a decade with Birmingham City, consider himself a true blue. Pete Colley, Sky Sports.
Mick McCarthy believes his experiences as Republic of Ireland manager have prepared him well for the pressure of leading Sunderland into their FA Cup semi-final against Millwall at Old Trafford on Sunday. McCarthy, though, wants to win promotion this season above anything else.
He's known what it's like to have the weight of expectation of a country on his shoulders, having managed the Republic of Ireland at the last World Cup finals, and that, he says, has set him in good stead, with the football-mad city of Sunderland once more gripped by FA Cup fever.
It was a fabulous experience, but and the experience has got me in good stead, believe me, for handling pressure and media and people's expectations. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm fine with that.
Throughout Sunderland's Cup campaign, McCarthy has maintained that, offered the choice between a final appearance and promotion back to the Premiership, he and the majority of the club's fans would prefer promotion. But now his side are just 90 minutes away from a trip to the Millennium Stadium. He wants to achieve both.
I want to be in the Premier League, but not at the sake of getting to the FA Cup final. I want to get there. But we can't pick and choose which one we're going to have. If somebody said we don't Premier League football and we'll swerve the FA Cup, absolutely. Absolutely, but nobody ever does. We never get that opportunity, we never get that choice. So we'll try and win it, and we'll try and get to the FA Cup final, we'll try and get promotion.
Victory this weekend over Millwall guarantees Sunderland not just a trip to Cardiff, but hands them a passport to Europe for next season. But that's an issue McCarthy is paying little attention to at present.
I've not got into it. I don't know whether we get money for qualifying for it. I haven't got a clue. To be honest, I'm not interested. I want to win the game, and that European football is it's pie in the sky at the minute. Let's try and get in the FA Cup final and see what happens.
He may be playing it all down, but you can bet your shirt that Mick McCarthy will be trying to bring promotion, cup glory and European football to Sunderland. David Craig, Sky Sports.
And Sunderland against Millwall is on Sky Sports 1 from midday on Sunday.
Plenty still to come on Sky Sports News, including a look at Wednesday morning's newspapers and more stories about Claudio Ranieri's future.
Intriguing. Plus, Kenny Dalglish receives a Lifetime Achievement Award for his services to football.
Also, Scotland under-21s beaten by Romania. What a shocker for the keeper.
There's tennis from the ATP Masters in Miami.
And we hear from one of the biggest draws in athletics.
In 1973, Stokoe's Sunderland caused one of the biggest upsets in the history of the Cup. And they believe it can be done again.
What a strike. You just don't save them.
Dennis Wise, a 3-times winner, will be looking to break their hearts by taking Millwall all the way.
Oh, great goal! This is something special.
An FA Cup semi-final Sunday noon, Sky Sports 1.
PIN numbers are replacing signatures. Chip and pin, safety in numbers.
A McFlurry with Capri cream egg, please.
Good choice, sir. One limited edition McFlurry with Capri cream egg.
Stand by for some turbulence, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm loving it.
It's a £15 million jackpot on Euro Millions this Friday. So, make sure you get your entry in.
Welcome back to Sky Sports News. The top stories.
Sven-Göran Eriksson says he's been unaffected by continuous speculation linking him with the Chelsea job.
And Steven Gerrard will captain England for the first time in Sweden.
Kenny Dalglish has been presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award for services to football. The Liverpool, Blackburn and Scotland legend was honoured at a glittering dinner in central London, and the stars came out in their droves.
This was quite a gathering of football's finest in central London. Kenny Dalglish, the recipient of the HMV Lifetime Achievement Award, as an amazing lineup of players and managers turned out to honour him.
It's always very nice to be given recognition. I suppose it comes no bigger than this.
Alan Shearer's outstanding Kenny Dalglish memory was easy.
Lifting the Premier League with Blackburn, what an achievement. I think it was done with £33 million coming from the old First Division to challenge the big guns of Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea and one or two others, and to come up from the First Division and to conquer it and to win it. What an achievement that was from him.
There were other big stars around. Simply Red's Mick Hucknall is a big Manchester United fan, but he won't be going to the FA Cup semi-final, and he says Arsenal are just awesome.
I can't stand it. I can't.
Prediction?
I want us to win. I'm hoping for a win. I think we might do it, but you know it's going to be very hard because you know how great they are. I think every single fan of football's looking at Arsenal and just going, you know what, they are top draw.
Hucknall saw a display of boots belonging to men who've scored 100 Premiership goals. Thierry Henry's were there, and so too Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's after he went to 3 figures on Saturday. Jeremy Langdon, Sky Sports, Central London.
Scotland's under-21 side have lost 2-0 to their Romanian counterparts at Partick Thistle's Fir Hill. Scotland are off to the worst possible start. They went behind to an astonishing free kick. After just 7 minutes, Mihaita Plezan spotted that the Scotland goalkeeper Craig Sampson had got his positioning all wrong. and found the net with that absolutely fantastic free kick. And in the final minute of the game, Romania sealed the win. Substitute Georgi Mihai Flores is the goal scorer. 2-0 to the Romanian under-21s.
Greg Rosetsky's long-running battle to clear his name after testing positive for nandrolone is officially over. It follows an announcement from the ATP that they've decided not to appeal against the decision to clear the British number 2.
Greg Rosetsky has cleared his name and in the process left the ATP with a big problem.
We need to definitively find what is causing these low-level nandrolone readings in players, that has not been concluded, and we will continue to pursue until we find a definitive answer to that.
Rosetsky was one of a number of players who blamed contaminated supplements given to him by the ATP for his positive nandrolone test. The authorities originally thought they'd solved the problem. It seems they were being a little premature.
We've had a number more in 2004, which is certainly alarming and something we've been looking very closely at. None of them are at a level that would constitute a doping offense, so there are no doping offenses out there. It's a contamination issue.
In the meantime, a players' task force has been established to try to restore confidence in the system. Tim Henman is involved, as is Andre Agassi.
There's certainly a lot of scared tennis players in the locker rooms. We've heard a lot of stories of players just cutting out, taking supplements totally, which is probably the wise thing to do right now until the ATP do get to the bottom of this.
So Rosetsky now tries to pick up his career, but this saga may still have some way to run. Jim Cockin, Sky Sports.
Now to matters on the court, and Florida, 6-time champion Andre Agassi suffered a shock